Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at Bitcoin. I don't personally trade Bitcoin. I do understand it. I do help a few people who do trade it. And if you treat it just like any other chart, you're less likely to make mistakes. There are tons of people that claim they are experts in Bitcoin. I bet nobody is one. Just like gold, just like any other company, you can't be an expert at something and then pretend that you know what the heck is going to happen in the futures with it. Okay, so I get into an argument with my family all the time. Like, what the heck is this? Garbage, Bitcoin, whatever. It's like, it's no different than just cash or gold or anything that has value, where the only thing that is the value is perception. The only reason it has value is because a whole bunch of people say so. And if there's still demand on it, there's going to be value in it. Period. End of story. Why fight it? I'm not a proponent of Bitcoin. I'm not a must buy and hold as an investment in Bitcoin. It's just another chart to me. So let's talk about and if you've seen any of my videos before, they've been pretty accurate as far as what to do, when, and where. And I've had people who criticized me when I called for big drops or big rallies, and then sure enough, within weeks there'll be big drops or big rallies. It's unemotional when you look at a chart. You just take it out. Okay, so at the end, before I forget, there might be a little subscribe to this video channel. You can hit it if you're not already a subscriber. It's free. I do post a lot of videos. All right, so daily chart, this one, and looks like a consolidation zone. It does move a lot, so it's a momentum trade. Who's in control, buyers or sellers? Based on this chart, it's the sellers, meaning the pops can be sold. That doesn't mean go out and short Bitcoin. It just means that careful where you chase it, where you start to chase it. So usually when that happens, there's a range. And at the outside of that range is, if price approaches the upper end of that range, then that's not a place I'd start. I would start if it goes above it and starts going. So following the momentum is okay, but not jumping on the bandwagon when you think it's going to hit a wall. Okay, so what now? This is a daily chart. Huge range. I mean, this is insanity. So if you're not familiar with volume profiles, it tells you on the chart you have volume. You have volume down here. It shows me, okay, this is a heavy day volume, not so heavy day volume. Heavy, you can see it pretty heavy. But what's more useful is getting the volume profile and learning how to use it. It's a game changer because it just tells you where that action has happened, like at what price level. So then you can take a few points from it, like the value area. Where's the fair range where buyers and sellers agree more, and where they agree most. Believe it or not, this is where they agree most. Based on the 12 months, basically, it's about 12 months. This is the value area right here. Anything above that is, quote, unusual based on this span time. Now, if I zoom into here, this will change dramatically. But based on 12 months, just sheer numbers. And don't let me lose you yet. Don't get upset either. So the good thing about it is, in my opinion, once the chart breaks out of its value area, which it did, this is the value area, then it can use it as forward support, meaning that onus here is on the bears, on the sellers, to lose this ledge again, this one. Okay, so let's see here. Let me put it with a marker to make the same point. All right, so out of this whole collection of action, all these bars, the volume bars, most of them are inside this value area, at least according to the volume profile. The place where they agreed the most was down here. That doesn't mean this is where it's headed. It just means that there's Bitcoin's trying to change what's going on. So the good news about it is that once you get above the value area, then it starts becoming its resistance until you get to it and you break above it. You start using it as support. The big rally, So now the range is here. So if I'm a shorter term trader, I would chase the breakout of either. So not to say I don't want to judge which one is going to happen first, but this would be the last fail that it had. And if you look left, it's not a coincidental line. Look at this candle right here. I drew these two blue things. They avoided it here. They avoided it here, but eventually came to fruition here. And look, these were my two points extensions, and look at where we're at. Both of them exactly inside this box. These were not random. I chose them because this was the last consolidated period level, and it's about half of it. So charts do have memory. And so if you're a fundamental trader and you look at no charts, you're making a mistake. Well, I shouldn't say that. You're at a disadvantage to someone who does both. How about that? That's a pretty politically correct way to say it. Okay, so I'm not saying I should go out and invest in anything that looks good on a chart. I'm just saying if I love something and I want to trade it, if I want to trade something, I better know charts and understand the chart aspect of it as well. Otherwise, I am missing an element which the other guys that I'm competing against have it. So now what? I wait for the breakout of either sides. Now a couple more observations. If I'm looking at it eyeball, this is the low, right? What was that, 3,000? This is the high. It's a big rally. If I want to split it in half, what is that, here somewhere? I bet you this would be, for all you Fibonacci people, 50% retracement. So when you have a huge rally and you come back and test half of it, totally okay. In fact, it's almost expected. So let's see, is this fib? All right. So I'm going to take the lowest point here, highest point here, and see where we land. That's the 50% retracement, and this right here. That is this 50% retracement. So it's not a random place. I'm going to leave it on screen here and start zooming out. Okay, so you see that little blue one here where that was one of my extensions? And see the bottoms here? All of these guys. And this consolidated area, all these guys look left. Doink. What? This was not a coincidence that this is going on here. Okay? I can't make this stuff up. I'm just showing you what happened. This chart is not me. I didn't enter this data. This is out of TradingView. All right, so this is the 50% retracement. Look at this candle right here. Oops. Okay, so now let's switch into mini level lesson. All right, so this was the 50% retracement of the whole rally from here to here. Look how meaningful it is here, and look how meaningful it was before. Whoops, sorry, misaligned it. And this was a ledge right here. So I bet you if I zoom back out, we'll find more instances of it. That's why I tell you, you need to learn charts if you want to be at equal. Oh, okay, there we go, at equal footing. Look at this box. Oh my goodness. All right, so I said I'd draw a box around this area. Okay, so let's zoom out to, what is this, a daily? Let's go to a weekly. So this is a whole bunch of years, about 3-4 years. That's that box I just told you about. And that's the box I said I should draw about. And that's that 50% retracement. Oh my goodness. All right, so everything comes together. So now we looked at Bitcoin from all different types of time frames. I just extended it to the right. And look how significant it has been. When they first rallied in 2017, they hit it, they fought over it, then they went to the moon. Somebody at the gym handed me $200 and said, buy me some Ripple. I said, I can't. And that was the very top, the exact top. And then after that, one level after another, I did chart them all the way down, all the way down. I charted this back here. Look at when it happened, a year or some later. But it was the same concept, only lower highs banging on the floor. I said, if they lose this floor, they will go down to here. They said, BS. I did a video on it. You can probably dig it up. And look at this, almost exactly where I drew it. And I'm not a technician, trust me. I draw this by instinct. I know their concepts. I know the ones that I understand, and I stick to them, and they work. Okay, so this is the 50%. That was that one funny candle. That's how it was a ledge here, and how it played a roll all the way back to 2017. So it's not likely that on the way down it's going to be butter, meaning that it's good news for the bulls, the buyers, I should say, you know, because people trade it up and down, and they don't have to be bulls or bears. It's just buyers and sellers. Sorry about that. I don't know why this stuck around. Okay, so on the way down, when you hit a significant level, it's not going to be butter. So that's why you get ABCs. You know, the one extension, you get some sort of a consolidation, maybe it's flat, and then you may get a second leg lower. I'm not calling for it, but that would be the risk. So what do the buyers want? They want consolidation, bounce, and higher lows. They don't want the bounce to form a right shoulder of sorts, and then you get the technician saying inverse cup and handle or head and shoulders, and then they start saying, okay, so the target, if they do that, the target would be here somewhere, if not lower, but there'll be a fight here first. Ledge. All right, well, this is the skinny on, did we do a short term on this? I don't remember. All right, so this was a daily. Let's go to 120 minute. Okay, so now we're inside that little bar I extended. All right, so if I trade it, this is pretty weak, meaning it's easy come, easy go, but it's the erasing the flip side of this guy. So if I wanted to chase it up, I wouldn't chase it up until they can prove that they can beat these two candles right here. This zone. This was a ledge. Again, a huge fail point. Short term, these are 2 hours candles. Okay, so big ledge right here. Played out again here, played out again here. So what the buyers want to see some sort of a this, and then if they can go above it and come back to it and do this, that would be the time to chase it. But then you also have this area here. So all depends on what your intentions and your time frames are. Some people are faster trader than that. I just can't imagine in Bitcoin how you can do that. But here's a 15-minute chart to show these pokes. All right, this is emphatic, kind of like the Netflix. All right. Nick signing off. If you have any questions, let me know.